How are you doing today,
I'm
Dana?
doing well, thank you. I'm so thankful that you asked me to participate today. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So I thought I'd just give a brief overview of my area in Boston. Then we can talk about Charleston as well, because from discussions we've had in the past, it sounds like there's a lot going on down there in that market. So it sounds really good. So I'll start with this one here. So as you can see on the screen, that basically is a picture of Boston. That is a downtown area. We can see over here, there's Logan Airport. And what I was mentioning to you a while back, it's kind of like we have several counties converging into one space. And
Okay.
what I'm showing you here is the downtown area. So this is the Beacon Hill, Back Bay, South End, the Seaport District, where there's a lot of new construction going on in the Seaport District now. And in that downtown area, the average price for condo is 1.4 million. And the high is around 7 million with a low of around 425. And condos are really important to Boston because most of the housing in that area is going to be condo related. What we do then is, as we kind of pull out from Boston, there is a greater Boston area with about 15-mile out radius. There, it's more single families, and the average price of a single family in the Boston suburbs is about 800,000, with around a high of 4 million and a low of 400,000. Now, Boston gets a lot of traffic coming in and out of it because of the industries that we have up here. So we have higher ed, technology, pharmaceuticals are a big thing around here as well. So we get a lot of people moving in and out of the area. Many people need to commute into Boston, so it's not uncommon for people to say, how far away are we from the city, and are we close to commuter rails or bus lines or highways to get into the city? So that's a high level overview, and we do get a lot of people moving to the south and our conversation. So wanted to talk a little bit about you and
Okay.
your market and all that.
Well, first of all, I want to say that my heart is in Boston. I spent 15 years there. I went to Babson,
Oh,
lived in all the little areas out there. So I love Boston, just not in the wintertime. So with that being said,
yeah.
I've been in the Charleston market here since 2013. And it has been one of the fastest growing areas that I've ever lived in and seen. And it's been booming since I've gotten here. It's been unbelievable in terms of real estate. So I've really enjoyed it. One of the things that Travel and Leisure has ranked us the #1 city in the South to visit. It's been on everyone's list for 7 years for history, charm, hospitality, food. That's what we're all known for here, as well as great weather.
Great.
What other people don't realize is that we also have beaches here. We have beach communities, and we have very low taxes. And you'll see when I start talking about our prices that our price points in this area are much lower.
Okay.
But on the flip side, we are a very small town. Charleston thinks it's a big city, but in the whole greater Tri-County area of Charleston is only about 700,000 people.
I see. Okay.
So we have an international airport, but you can still park your car, get to your airport in 10 minutes.
I like it.
So we're still a very small town. So
okay.
With that being said, I can kind of give you an overview of the area by looking at a map and things as well. So here's Charleston, and Charleston is a peninsula. So we're surrounded by 3 rivers that come into and filter out into the ocean. So Charleston is what everyone comes to look for. From the airport, it's about a 20-minute drive to downtown Charleston. Downtown Charleston is known for a lot of history and a lot of charm. And the price point for downtown Charleston, the average price point in the peninsula area is about $740,000, to give you an average of what that's like. There is not a lot of opportunities and a lot of things for sale in downtown Charleston, and people tend to live in surrounding areas here. to the west of Charleston is a little area here called Daniel Island. And Daniel Island is a completely planned community that was built in mind with living. So there is a lot of, there's golf courses, there's tennis courts, there's walkability, people drive their golf carts all around. There's anything from condos all the way up to homes on the waterfronts with lakes and things. And the average price point there in Daniel Island is about 700,000. However, we have condos that start in the 200s and homes that go up to 4 million there that are on the waterways. Then when you come around, you've got an area called Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant is well known to be the northern part of the Charleston community because it's been the fastest growing community in Charleston. In the past 7 years, it's almost doubled its population. The average price point in Mount Pleasant for homes is right about $481,000. Right across from Mount Pleasant is an area called Isle of Palms, and this is your beachfront communities here. Your beachfront community here, average in Isle of Palms is 906,000 is your average price point. If you want to be on the ocean in an oceanfront home, you're looking at about 2 million to about 6 million in homes there.
Now,
As you come back,
Dana,
go ahead.
quick question for you. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. So are these a lot of folks who are coming down for vacation homes, or did they use them as year-round residences primarily, do you think?
So on Isle of Palms, you've got a mixture. You do have people who are coming here for year-round,
Okay.
but primarily on Isle of Palms, what you're finding is that these are people who are buying second homes and then are renting them out to earn some additional income while they're not living there. And what I find is that a lot of Northerners are coming down using them in the winter time, and then they're able to turn around and rent them out for in the summertime, which they don't want to be here because they find it's too hot and humid in our summers for them. That's what I'm finding. Now, Sullivan's Island is a much smaller little island. And in Sullivan's Island, there are not any rentals that are allowed. So the average price point in Sullivan's Island is 2 million because that is primarily a residential community. There's no rentals there.
I see.
So they'll see a price point difference. And as you go down further, Isle of Palms is an area called Wild Dunes, which is an entire resort community. And your average price point in Wild Dunes is in the 600s. So you've got smaller homes and smaller condos that are all surrounded by communities that are on golf courses and beachfront. So then as you cross over to the other side of Charleston, this is called West Ashley because this is, again, is the Ashley River. West Ashley is where you'll find a lot of working professionals that come and live because the price point here, the average is about $286,000 in the West Ashley area. As you get further into James Island and Johns Island, these are still becoming developed areas. You will still drive down this road and there'll be hundreds and hundreds of live oak trees. There'll be 2-lane highways, and they're starting to put new developments in here. And those average price points are now starting around $350,000, getting onto Johns Island and James Island. Of course, as you get into homes that might be along this river with docks, you're looking at an $800,000 to maybe $1.5 million to be on these waterways. There are parts of our waterways that are intercoastal. So if someone's looking for a deep water intercoastal, we do have those properties here, and those generally start in the $1.5 million.
Okay.
As you get down to this other beach community, which is Folly Beach, many people who come to visit Charleston know Folly Beach because this tends to be where there's many more restaurants, nightlife, a lot more activity happening than on the other side of communities, which is more of a quiet family area. And in Folly Beach, your average price point there is $535,000 for that community. We have the way that you get around most places here is you'll see this line that goes around. This is a roadway that kind of circles outside of all of the communities to get from one place to the other. You'll see there.
Okay.
And then what's happened is because these areas have become so populated, there's been a lot of growth outside of Charleston Peninsula up through this section. Up through Hanahan, Charleston area is a lot of manufacturing, a lot of businesses and manufacturing. Boeing is here. Boeing Manufacturing has relocated here, and they manufacture a lot of things from Boeing. We also have every BMW SUV that is made in this country is shipped out through the Charleston port. So this is a big port community in here where not a lot of people live. So what happens is people go further north into this whole area, which is now becoming a huge growth community in Somerville. There's planned communities, pools, tennis clubs, and Somerville, you can get brand new homes that are starting in the mid 200s and up from there. So that kind of gives you an overview of our community. And again, our price point is much lower. Our tax point is lower, and it tends to be, we've got people who are coming here for second homes and vacation homes. And then we also have a lot of people who are coming here retiring because they can get into a nice area and a nice house at a very low price point. So that's kind of an overview of our area. A little side note, we do have a lot of people coming to Sullivan's Island from the LA area that are in entertainment and who tend to be able to work from home. Okay. And tend to be in animation, in production, that are coming to this area and are finding the Sullivan's Island area as a nice area to come and move to, where they can work remotely, because our job opportunities here are based around tourism and manufacturing.
Okay, I get it. So those are the main industries then. Apart from that, then you may be retiring or vacationing. Correct. To the area. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Like, what is the best way for people to connect with you if they'd like to talk more about Charleston?
So the best way for people to connect to me really is whichever way is easiest for them. If somebody is interested in texting me and sending a video text, they can do that at 843-730-4496. Okay. If somebody wants to pick up the phone and have a conversation, I'm happy to do that as well. So I'm fairly flexible in the way that I communicate. I do enjoy kind of old school communication, but I'm happy to text, and I know all that, if you want to Snapchat or Instagram, I'll do that as well. But I tend to just let's pick up the phone and have a quick conversation about the area.
Now I can say I know the Charleston area a little bit better, but most of all, I know a terrific realtor to get in touch with should anybody be interested in moving down to that area. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.